Hi, and welcome to part 4 of Sunbeam Alpine Tiger recreation. We've got a few treats for you today, so to speak. Welcome to my small welding shop. So we have a small welding shop to contend with little jobs, plenty of welders, plasma cutter, everything what you basically need to do small little jobs. I've been doing lots of repairs for aluminium casings on motorbikes, etc, etc. So as long as I can get it on the bench, I can do it. That's steel, aluminium, brass, stainless and copper. I suppose I could do lead as well, but I don't want to get there. Anyway, right then, the front cross member. Right then, as you can see, we've had it all blasted off and there's quite a few nasty things. I'm not happy with the original factory welds as well, so we're going to probably do something here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to brace it. I'm going to take a load of measurements beforehand to make sure everything's fine, but looking at it, it does not look like twisted. However, whoever's done the conversion last time has put some strengtheners on here. I don't particularly like these. I don't particularly like how he's put some slugs on there. There's a lot of grind marks and things. We're going to fill all those in, not with filler, but with metal. We're going to cut these off, redesign this, and what we'll do, we're going to put a strengthening plate down here, right the way around there, and same on the inside. Then we'll just put the tabs back on for your brake lines. There's a lot to be cleaned up, and there's lots of spatter, factory spatter. I don't know whether they MIG welded it in the day, probably arc welded, I don't know, but it's not very good, and I want something really nice, so I'll be doing that. Also, as you can see, I don't know what's happened and what's been done on the past, but there's quite a few bodges on it. But there you go. Let's see how far we get on this then. So we've had these down the blasters and had them sandblasted. They've come out quite good. This is been done as well, and it's had a multitude full of sins discovered. So as this strengthening plate what somebody's put on, we've actually took that off the other side and we've put this back on. This is an aid for the front bumper, where we've had to cut a section out the front chassis for the steering rack to go through. So there's all little bits of things in here I've filled in and linished off, in the process of doing a few here and also here as well. So as the next stage is to get these ugly things off and make some new ones. So as that should be interesting then. So we've done the rack mounts. So as all that's done now, I shall tack weld the nuts to the back. That'll make easy change next time round. We've pulled all this off. This one to go, and then we'll do the re-strengthening. Okay, we've got all that mess off down on this side now. So as you can see, now for many years I've been using CAD, cardboard aided design. I did go and learn the real CAD, but this is far quicker. Now this is MTAD, masking tape aided design. So as you put all the masking tape off, mark around where you want with a pen, peel it off, stick it to some flat sheet, plasma cut it, disc cut it, whatever, how you want to cut it, and it's done and on, and the job's done. far faster than any CAD in my views. So as we're going to peel this off and look for a piece of 3mm 1/8 in old money, and this will be the front strengthening piece on the front. Then we're ready to do the back of it then, and then just clean it all up. Then that's ready for powder coating. So let's get some sheet then. And there's the cut, done by hand, plasma, and then just cleaned up with a grinder. Let's get it fitted. Okay, so that's the strengthener plate put in on the front of the beam. There's no need to fully weld it. Tacks are sufficient and a few plugs. That'll be just right now. So it's now for the back. So we removed the brace. Everything's in line. Nothing's moved. We've put a couple more gussets, and we have actually fitted the steering rack to make sure everything's fine. I've welded some nuts at the back of these as well. This will enable a quick removal of the rack if ever needs to be. So as the other side's been now done, so as we've done opposite, we've done front and bottom back. So as it's been reinforced opposite sides. That to me is adequate for what power I'm hoping to put through it, and cornering, etc. So you can see I've just tacked my nuts on those little more strengthening gussets, and also I've replaced the brake line tab on there, which was broken off. So I'm happy with that now. That'll go to another blasting, and then to the powder coaters, and then we'll see in another part in the series on the front suspension rebuild. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe for any latest updates on how this project's going. Thanks.